Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers, with a neck full of turquoise, just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I feel so much better now. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now. Hadouken. You feel so much better now. Take that, take that. Good ass energy I'm sending you, deep divers. Look, let me say a big shout out to everyone who's joined the new Infinite Waters Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/RalphSmart. Click the link down below, deep divers, and be inspired. Okay, so first and foremost, let me say a big shout out to everyone in the path of Hurricane Milton. I'm sending you good energy. I hope you get out of there and you're out of the way of that hurricane, because it looks ugly. It looks mean. And even the cat down the road is taking shelter, deep divers. So I made that video yesterday and someone asked, they're like, Ralph, is it really Mother Nature calling us to wake up? Or is it government weather manipulation, maybe HAARP or something like that? Woo! We're going to dive deep. Look, every one of my videos is designed to help you become your greatest version. This information I'm about to share with you is going to blow your mind. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support the real. Hit that like button right now if you support the real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation you're about to overcome anything that's been weighing heavy on your heart and mind. You're going to wake up looking amazing like the cat down the road. Okay, so deep divers, is it really Mother Nature calling us to wake up with this Hurricane Milton in Florida? Or is it government weather manipulation? Now, I'm going to give you the for and against argument with facts, with science, and this is going to blow your mind, because you are going to draw your own conclusion on what is really going on. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So let's play what's been happening in Florida near the hurricane. Let's play it.
Hurricane Milton exploded in strength, intensifying from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in less than 36 hours. That kind of intensity growth in a major hurricane often triggers a common phenomenon called an eye wall replacement cycle. The eye wall is the area right around the center of the storm containing the strongest winds. In a replacement cycle, a second larger eye wall will form to replace the old one. This will often briefly waver the intensity of the winds, but expand the wind field. In fact, the forecast calls for the width of the tropical storm force winds to nearly double in size by the time Milton makes landfall in Florida. Along the coast, a wider wind field will push in more storm surge. The ocean water will slosh along the entire west coast of Florida. A wider storm also means impacts will spread much farther from the center and far outside the forecast cone. Hurricane force winds could stretch even to the east coast of the Florida Peninsula, likely causing widespread power outages. Bottom line, impacts will be far-reaching. All residents in the Florida Peninsula should prepare for damaging winds, life-threatening storm surge, and heavy rain.
Okay, I want to play you another video from a police chief, and he's like, hey, you better write your name on your leg if you're still around that area of the hurricane, because you better get out, right?
Yeah, this is people's lives.
Yeah.
Here's some watermark for you over here on this side on the garage and the house. And we have the trucks that are getting loaded up with debris. We're trying to get as much off as we can. They're going to be working throughout the night tonight.
It's juggling. Yeah, it's juggling. There's no other word for it. We're still working on Helene, and at the same time, we're working on Milton. So we're trying to get everybody out from Milton, and we're trying to get all the debris up from Helene.
This would have taken a month to get all this debris cleaned up. So even with the amount of support that we have out here, there's no way that we're going to get all this cleaned up. During Helene, we were able to come out and do some rescues for families with kids that decided to try and hunker down, and that was not a good idea. I hope that people learned from that and decided to leave. As you can see, it's like a ghost town out here. The only people you see out here are our workers that are out here trying to get some work done and trying to get things cleaned up. Once the winds get up, our plan with the fire department, the EMS, and the police tomorrow is that we'll be out here till about 10 o'clock tomorrow, depending on the winds. And then once we leave, there'll be no first responders here. If you don't live on the island, stay off the island after Milton. There's no reason for you to come out here. And if you have not evacuated, bug out. If you don't take heed, you're on your own. You might as well take a Sharpie and write your name and social security number on your leg so that when we find you, we have a contact, because it is not going to be good for you.
Right? So you've been warned, right? You've been warned, and you don't want to play. You don't want to mess with the forces of nature. Now, once again, someone asked, they're like, Ralph, is it really Mother Nature calling us to wake up, or is it government weather manipulation, maybe HAARP or something like that, right? So I'm going to play you some videos of why a lot of people might think like this, and then we're really going to talk about the truth and the lies, okay? But I want to show you the hurricane from space. That looks crazy, right? And these are people who are actually in the midst of the storm. Hurricane hunters.
I'm gonna grab my phone real quick. Yeah. Well. Damn. Good God.
So, once again, let's talk about this. I said in yesterday's video, it is Mother Nature calling us to wake up. Because there are no accidents in the universe. Everything is happening for a reason. And I do believe this is a force of nature. At the same time, like Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Slow motion this side. The unexamined life is not worth living. So shout out to everyone who is questioning everything. And some people might think that actually it could be a manipulation, a government manipulation program. It could be HAARP. And a lot of you might be thinking, what on earth is HAARP, right? If you haven't heard of it. Well, let me play you this video where this guy really breaks it down.
Deep in the forest of Gakona, Alaska, lays what has to be one of the world's largest antenna arrays. HAARP, otherwise known as the High Frequency Auroral Research Program, has been shrouded in mystery and conspiracy theories since construction work started in the mid-90s. Given the nature of the facility, there has been many claims by conspiracy theory groups claiming that HAARP was designed to control the weather, weaponized to cause disruption and destruction to unaware targets of reality. So what sparked all these conspiracy theories regarding HAARP? Maybe it was the experiment scientists were performing back in March 2004. Using a 1 megawatt generator, scientists sent radio pulses every 7.5 seconds towards the ionosphere from the HAARP mega array of antennas, which covered acres of land. These radio waves travelled 30 miles up, hitting the ionosphere, which resulted in a modest neon light show visible from the ground. Natural aurora happens when electrons from a cloud of hot gas, known as plasma, rains down from space and excites the molecules in the ionosphere. However, HAARP was able to create a similar experience by sending powerful radio waves from the ground. Maybe this is why conspiracy theories have their concerns and have created these bizarre and ludicrous theories. However, as documented in the Feb 2005 edition of the journal Nature, this experiment was to improve understanding of the aurora and help explain how the ionosphere adversely affects radio communications. After this experiment took place, the scientists were left with a tantalizing possibility that such radio-fueled emissions could one day form the basis of a technology which can be used for urban lighting and even celestial advertising. So the questions are, what is HAARP? Why was it made? How does it work? And who owns HAARP? Now, originally HAARP was owned by the US Air Force, but since 2015 it was handed over to the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Now, technically, HAARP is the world's most capable, high-power, high-frequency transmitter for study of the ionosphere. The principal instrument is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, the IRI. This consists of 180 HF cross dipole antennas spread across 33 acres. The IRI is capable of radiating a massive 3.6 megawatts into the upper atmosphere and ionosphere. The transmit-capable frequencies are selectable in the range of 2.7 MHz up to 10 MHz. Since the antennas form a sophisticated phased array, the transmitted beam can take many shapes over a wide angle range. This also results in multiple beams being formed. As well as HAARP using active antennas and transmitters, it's also capable of passive reception, which is used to only monitor or listen. This must be the best receiving station on the planet. HAARP radio waves heat electrons in the ionosphere, anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers altitude, but this can also extend as far as 500 kilometers altitude. Now, this creates small perturbations that are similar to the kinds of interactions that happen in nature. With HAARP, scientists can control when and where these perturbations occur, so they can measure their effects. Now, with all that said, what do you think about HAARP? Have you ever heard it on air transmitting? Well, if you haven't, here's a clip of what it sounds like.
So that's fascinating. So it affects the ionosphere. And this is what a professor had to say. An expert on cloud microphysics at Monash University, HAARP is a US research program that uses radio waves to study the ionosphere, Earth's upper atmosphere, and cannot manipulate weather systems which occur in the troposphere, Earth's lower atmosphere, according to experts, right? So a lot of scientists are saying it's absolutely nonsense that HAARP can actually be used to manipulate the weather. But I want to play you something because there's something called cloud seeding, right? And this video will really blow your mind, okay? It's of Jeremy Clarkson, and he shows you a machine that NASA has. Check this out.
Hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive, and as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's unbelievable! Oh. NASA's playing God! It's making its own weather!
That last clip, that of what he said, right? NASA's playing God. It's creating its own weather. However, I don't feel, deep divers, that this hurricane is man-made. I feel this is nature waking us up to say, hey, humanity, get in alignment with everything around you. But definitely, like you've just seen in that video, cloud seeding is real. They can produce rain. And this video shows you how they do it in Dubai, right? In Dubai, right? Check this out.
What do you do if you live in the middle of the desert and need water? You make it rain. Scientists in Dubai can now literally modify their weather. This technology could change the world as we know it, but will controlling the weather be used for good or for evil? In July of 2021, the United Arab Emirates National Center of Meteorology released a video showing a rainstorm that had been created using weather-modifying technology. How did they make it rain in the desert, you might ask? Scientists in Dubai used high-powered lasers and other advanced technology that were mounted to drones to make the rain fall from the desert sky. It should come as no surprise that one of the world's wealthiest cities would need a lot of resources, and the fact that Dubai resides in the desert with no source of fresh water nearby means that H2O is a hot commodity, both literally and figuratively. The city of 3.4 million residents receives around 15 million tourists, but only about 4 inches of rainfall every year. In order to support its own population and the booming tourism industry, Dubai needs to import a lot of goods. This is especially true for food and water. Being in the desert with very little rainfall isn't just a problem for obtaining water, but without the vital resource, crops are hard to grow as well. So how does Dubai plan to overcome the problem? By making their own rain using drones. The weather isn't very kind in Dubai as the sandstorms can reach a speed of 62 miles per hour. This means tiny grains of sand are whipped against buildings and anyone stuck outside at the speed of a car driving on the highway. Also, since the land the city sits on is not solid rock, the engineers of Dubai have had to come up with some unique solutions to construction problems. In fact, the skyscrapers in the city are held up by more friction than by traditional methods of building into the bedrock. They've even terraformed the region by building a palm tree-shaped island that's covered with luxury homes and resorts. To construct the island, the United Arab Emirates dredged up enough sand from the seafloor to encircle the Earth 3 times. But regardless of how much terraforming or engineering is done in Dubai, water scarcity is the biggest problem of all. Yet, scientists have found a way to manifest clouds and rain using artificial means. Is this safe? We'll let you be the judge. In 2017, researchers at the University of Reading were awarded $1.5 million to fund their rain enhancement science. But that is nothing compared to the $15 million that the United Arab Emirates has invested in what they've called their quest to ensure water security. The University of Reading project to create more rain in Dubai used a mix of science, climate research, and drones. Rain is caused by the water vapor in the clouds condensing and forming droplets that are large enough to fall to the ground. The scientists in Dubai are causing this process to happen artificially. The premise behind their experiment is that if they can bombard an already existing cloud with electricity to cause the tiny water droplets to attract one another, they can make it rain. This is what happened in the video posted by the United Arab Emirates National Center of Meteorology. To be fair, this was a short burst of rain, but by zapping the clouds with electricity from drones, scientists took the first steps towards bringing rain to the desert. What do you do?
Right? They brought rain to the desert, and that's called cloud seeding, right?
We're here in Santa Barbara County, home to one of the longest running cloud seeding operations in the country. We've got some ground-based cloud seeding equipment right here, and we're going to get to hear all about how it works and see it in action. Let's check it out. Cloud seeding is the most common type of weather modification, and it has many different techniques and applications. Today, it's mostly used to increase rain and snowfall, reduce the size of hail, and reduce fog at airports.
Traditionally, cloud seeding has been done from the air. So airplanes have had racks on them where these same flares are positioned on the airplane, and the airplane flies into the storm. So in order to reduce the cost to the client and reduce our carbon footprint, we've been able to station these on the ground. Now we can do this in places where weather permits.
right? So in my mind, cloud seeding is real, but I don't believe that they can produce hurricanes like this. Now, don't get it twisted. I may be wrong. Always do your own research, but you must always have evidence for your claims, right? I do believe this is a force of nature, and you have to respect Gaia because it's alive. But I also want to play you this video, right? They actually carried out a simulation in 2020 about this hurricane happening, Hurricane Milton. So check this out. This was actually Project Phoenix. Check this out, deep divers.
There has been a noticeable shift in the forecast track.
Forecasters say this storm could be one of the strongest ever to hit the Tampa Bay region.
Phoenix is now a Category 5 hurricane. It is a historic storm and unfortunately making a beeline right now for our area.
Oh my goodness.
And we have Category 1 Hurricane Phoenix just south of Jamaica now. Phoenix is currently expected to make landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 2 storm, but of course, always, we are keeping a close eye on this system.
There has been a noticeable shift in the forecast track from the NHC overnight, which now brings Phoenix into our viewing area, possibly as a strong hurricane. Now is the time to begin those preparations, folks.
We have breaking news this morning if you're just joining us. The National Hurricane Center has upgraded our entire viewing area to a hurricane warning as Hurricane Phoenix is projected to make landfall as a major hurricane sometime tomorrow. Mandatory evacuations are in effect for all coastal regions. Forecasters say this storm could be one of the strongest ever to hit the Tampa Bay region.
We cannot stress enough how crucial it is that you finish your storm preparations tonight. Conditions will deteriorate rapidly tomorrow morning and evacuation routes will quickly become impassable. Please don't take this lightly and heed all evacuation orders.
Folks, this is unfortunately the worst case scenario unfolding for the Tampa Bay area. Phoenix is now a Category 5 hurricane with maximum sustained winds at 160 miles an hour. The wind gusts up to 200 miles per hour. This is catastrophic. It is a historic storm and unfortunately making a beeline right now for our area.
We have a live look right now at North Tampa and Polk Street. I believe this is near Kawa Coffee, and as you can see, the storm surge has completely inundated downtown.
Law enforcement now is reporting that all bridges have been cut off by storm surge. We're looking at up to 20 feet of storm surge in some spots.
We're trapped on the third floor of the Tampa General Hospital parking garage, and the storm surge is up to the second floor of the hospital.
St. Petersburg is essentially an island right now.
Right, so they carried that simulation in 2020. And it's my belief that they knew this was coming. They knew this hurricane was coming. And in my mind, this is not HAARP. This is not government weather manipulation. This is just Mother Nature doing what Mother Nature does. And they knew it was coming, but it's bigger than that. It's deeper than that. When you remind yourself that this was prophesized, we're living in the end times. We're living in the last days of the Matrix. It's over. And I told you, like I said in yesterday's video, this whole entire paradigm is coming to an end. We're entering the age of Aquarius. That's what this is all about. A new earth is being formed, but you don't hear me though. And in the new earth, the truth will be revealed about everything. We're in the age of truth right now. So once again, I want to say a big shout out to everyone in Florida and sending good energy to everyone in the path of the hurricane. Protect yourself, stay safe. And I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you're ready to let love guide you and not fear. Hit that like button right now if you're ready to let love guide you and not fear. Share this video with someone, subscribe to the channel. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to everyone who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Click the link down below, deep divers, and be inspired. And go and check out the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/thebook, The Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version, and the latest new book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at ralphsmart.com/thebook. And go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts, deep divers, for men, women, children, even cats down the road. All new designs you're going to love at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, whoa, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep divers, is it Mother Nature calling us to wake up, or is it government weather manipulation? What do you think? I believe it's Mother Nature, but you're entitled to your own opinion. I always say the beginning of wisdom is questioning everything. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, deep divers, hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button right now if you support The Real, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation, and send some good energy to everyone in the path of Hurricane Milton. One love. Peace.